In this video, we're going to be talking about what is support and resistance and how does it actually work. So if you're a beginner and you don't know what support and resistance is, in this video, I'm going to be breaking it down properly so you guys can understand it, right? So when you hear someone say support and resistance, you just know immediately what it means and how it works. So what is support and resistance? Support and resistance is basically an area in price where the market tends to reverse or might reverse from. Basically, the name actually defines itself. So when I explain that, you know what I mean by that. So let's say we have two lines. Let me just draw two lines here. We have a line here at the top side and the line at the bottom side. Now, the top, this one is called resistance. The one at the top is called resistance, and the one at the bottom is called support. So what this basically means is when you have a line like this, or or a zone like this, a box like this, might be like this. No, it's not always an exact line. So when you have something like this is called, the one at the top is called resistance and the one on the bottom is called support. Now what the name means is if the market is going to the upside, this area of price would act as a resistance. So it's actually resisting price from going higher. You understand? That's why I said the name explains itself. It's actually resisting price, stopping price from going any higher. So when the market reaches the resistance, it gets resisted and then be expected to go back down. Right? And then the same thing goes for support. If the market is going to the downside, this is the market going to the downside and then it reaches this support level. What that means now is this area would support price. That's what it means. So price will be supported by this area, and then we can expect the market to basically do the same thing in reverse. Right. So that's support and resistance. But there are ways of identifying support and resistance. You don't just draw a line and say market gets to this line, that's our resistance, and market gets to this line, that's our support. No, I'm just using this as an example to explain what it means. Now, when it comes to support and resistance is usually an area where the market has reacted to in the past. So if the market has reacted to that particular price point in the past, that can be your support or that can be your resistance. And what I mean by that is, let me just explain this. So let's say we have the market going up like this. This is an uptrend, right? Higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, right? And all of a sudden, the market comes back down like this, and then goes back there, and then comes back down like this. Now, what happened here? It means that the market went up, came back down, went up again, came back there, and then that's how you draw your support and resistance. So now this will be your resistance. So you can draw a line. So you can draw a line here like this, and then now we have the market has reacted to this place, to this area two times, right? So now the next time the market goes to that area, you can expect the market to also react at that area, right? That's how support and resistance work. So if the market has resisted price at these two areas, then most likely if the market goes back there, it should resist price at that area too, right? So that is your resistance. You can't draw your resistance from you can draw your resistance from just one line because of um let's say this is resistance, this is resistance, this is resistance, this is also resistance. But the strongest resistance according to the internet is where the market has made at least two taps, right? So when you have two taps like this, one, two, right? So that's a valid resistance. This is not that valid, but it's also a resistance, right? And then one thing to note about support and resistance is when the market breaks, so this is our resistance, right? Let me just draw this. Let me write this down for, so this is our resistance, right? So if the market breaks this resistance, because market can break the resistance, right? So if the market breaks this resistance, it changes from resistance to support. So now because the market has broken this resistance here, the resistance turns support. So basically what I'm saying is if you have support and resistance like this, right? If price breaks the resistance becomes support. And if price breaks the support becomes resistance. So what usually happens is when the price breaks the resistance, market will do something like this. So now this zone is no more acting as a resistance. Now it's acting as a support level. So when the market breaks it and comes back down like this, it supports price and then helps price go back up. Right, that's how support and resistance works. And then support and resistance can be identified in two um, conditions in the market. So we know the market trends to the upside or downside. So we have the market trending in one direction, and then we also have the market going sideways. So that's consolidation. Support and resistance in an uptrend or in a downtrend works like this. So when you have a high like this and you have a low, this high is support. So this high is resistance, and then this low is support, like this. So this is your resistance and this is your support. Now, if the market makes another high and breaks this resistance, now we know that this resistance has become what? This resistance has become support. So what will happen is the market might come back down here like this and then act as support and then go higher like this. So this is also a resistance and this is your support, and then the market can continue like that, right? Same thing goes for the downtrend. Now, in a sideways market, the way it works is, let's say you have a high like this and you have a low. What will happen is the market will just be bouncing off of that high and off of that low, like it's bouncing from support to resistance, bouncing from support to resistance like this. This is usually where support and resistance traders tend to try to scalp the market and make some money, right? So this is your support, these areas here, your support, and this is your resistance here, like this, right? So resistance and support. Now let me show you a couple of examples on the chart of what I just said. Now we see that this is a downtrend, right? The market is trending to the downside. Let me draw my arrow. Yeah, see the market is trending to the downside. Now when the market is trending to the downside like this, what do we have? We have this high and we have this low, right? So that means this is our resistance and this is our support, right? So now we see that the market broke this support. So I told you, if market breaks the support becomes resistance, and we can see the market resists price in this area, right? And then the market goes down. So this is our new support. So this is our new support here, our new resistance. This is our resistance here, and then this is our support, and then this is our resistance, right? So you can see resistance, support is broken, new support. This is our resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, and that's how it works. Now this is an example of the sideways markets where the market is just going sideways, right? You can see that if you extend this box like this market is just bouncing off of, these are resistance here, 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 and here, and these are supports here, 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 right? So we can see that the market is just bouncing off of the support and resistance, up, down, up, down, up, down, like this, right? Till it eventually breaks this resistance here. All right, so to just clean up the chart, let's draw that again. So we are drawing from this high. You can even draw a horizontal line like this, right? And then draw a horizontal line like this. All right, so this is your support and resistance. The first tap, second tap, third tap, fourth tap, fifth tap, and then on the supports we have our first tap, second tap, third tap, right? So this is how support and resistance works. And if you go to the back if you go to the previous price points, you can see that those areas might also act as support and resistance in the past too, like here, 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 right, and here. So that's how support and resistance works. I don't trade support and resistance. I don't trade it at all. That's not my strategy. So this is just for you to understand the concept of how support and resistance works. So when you hear the word support and resistance, you know what they're talking about, right? So I don't trade support and resistance. I'm not going to ever trade it. So if you like this video, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.